This week on Ironmind.
And you're gonna miss the next day, you're gonna miss metrics on the bike, and you're gonna be destroyed in the water.
I was in New York last week, and I've just been challenged to run an Ironman in 90 days on a 100% plant-based diet.
No, impossible.
My name is Brian Rose, and I host a show called London Real. A few months ago, John Joseph, the frontman of the hardcore punk band The Cro-Mags, walked into my studio. He's the complete opposite of me. But something happened. He challenged me to race the Ironman triathlon in Chattanooga, Tennessee on May 20th on a 100% plant-based diet. Last week, Ironman trainer Samantha Murphy pushed me to the limit, and I got to see some old demons. John Joseph showed me the spirit world, and I spoke openly about my heroin addiction for the first time. I'm 47 years old and have never run an endurance race in my life. But they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is my journey to the Ironman. Saying goodbye to New York City this time is hard. I used to hate this place, but now I quite like it. 16 years ago when I made this trip to London, I left still addicted and almost dead. But today, I feel a new sense of life. London, England, my home. It was this city that welcomed me with open arms when I had nothing left. It was this city that gave me London Real. It was the first time I did something that was not just about me. And in return, the universe gave me the most incredible 7 years of my life. This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Ross Edgley.
I'm amazed at what you're doing, not only taking on the Ironman, but also just flipping your nutrition on its head as well. Because I think looking at nutrigenomics, and we cover that in the book, but how your nutrition interacts with your genetics, you have to just train your digestive system. And it's too often overlooked. You know, everybody else looks at lactic threshold, VO2, everything, power output. It's like, do you know what? How's your stomach gonna handle it?
It's hard sometimes, and I had a couple days here where I couldn't find food and I got really grumpy. And you know what it's like to train for endurance sports.
Yeah. Everything is meticulously planned, and it's like, hey, make sure that your heart rate is at a certain level and everything. But in a race, all of that goes out the window. Physiologically, your body's gonna go, what? And as a result, your brain's gonna not quite know what to do with it. And I think that's why so often you'll see sometimes someone who's not as fit, but mentally more robust, and they're able to actually have that conversation with their body. Are you really struggling, or can we do another K? Be honest. I'm sort of chatting to my body going, be honest. Yeah. Your body likes homeostasis. It likes this habitual level where everything's okay. And all of a sudden, approaching your 47th birthday, you're gonna say, let's do an Ironman. And your body's gonna go, hey, Brian, we were comfortable at our new office. Like, what are you doing? Because I honestly think, there might be fitter guys on the start line, but I don't know if there'll be any as mentally prepared as you.
How are you?
I'm good. Ironman training's no joke. It's all about putting maximum effort in every day, right?
We should talk about what maximum effort means, because I think sometimes people think maximum effort means going all out or balls to the wall every single day. We're talking about day in and day out consistency.
All right, it's 0 degrees out in London.
We want to battle some mental demons for a long time and not just get fired up and slam it for a few minutes. If you're pushing yourself as hard as you can every single day, especially if you're a masters athlete, you're gonna be wrecked.
I felt like absolute fucking dog shit, actually. I'm obviously pissed off. I gotta go film an episode. I gotta prepare for a guest, and honestly, I just don't want to deal with this bullshit right now.
You're gonna be wrecked, and you're gonna miss the next day, and you're gonna miss metrics on the bike, and you're gonna be destroyed in the water.
Swimming for 2 kilometers straight, and I hear nightmares about like, it's like a mosh pit in there and there's hands flying. And also people have drowned before, right?
So not drowning, what's happening is they're having a heart attack. And they're having a heart attack because they're going from like 0 to 100 and there's just so much anxiety. You know, just to kind of throw John into this, like he's good at this sport because he's good at suffering for a long amount of time and kind of like taking punches and just going with them.
Last question is, how much do I have to pay you to beat John Joseph at this race?
You know, truthfully, the answer to that is I don't want you to worry about that. It'll just screw with your head. But do this. When you wake up and want to miss a workout, remind yourself, he's not missing a workout, okay?
Hey.
Hello, how are you,
Brian?
Brian?
I think I need a bike.
Triathlon bikes have come a long way, and it has to do with your position on the bike. Like a swan, your upper body has to be nice and stable while the legs are working hard. The idea is that we find a position that suits your body proportions and your range of motion.
This could be my bike.
This could be your bike.
This is the single most important piece of technology I need for this race, so I'm in your hands.
Bear in mind that it's going to be a long day, so you need to make sure you get the most out of it by not going in the red too soon.
If we don't have anything perfect here, I'm going to compensate and things are going to hurt.
Exactly.
Okay.
You have to keep a positive mental attitude and enjoy it.
So now it's from banker to broadcaster to biker.
Okay, how's that feel?
Are you kidding me?
It looks good.
Feels awesome. I'm going to start wearing this to the park.
Okay.
It's really good, man. I like it. And this is nice and comfy. This is some serious space shuttle technology. So you're building a 3D version of the bike in the computer.
Exactly.
Then you're going to put me on top of it.
Exactly. Similar to an actor on a 3D movie with dots. Now with this one
Is it
here.
the other way? Oh, yeah, okay.
There you go. Now it's going to pick up your arm. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That's your position.
Now you got me leaned over in this really uncomfortable position and my quad's hitting my ribs and it's uncomfortable. One leg is quiet, here we go.
Okay, oh, don't hurt yourself. When I reach the limit here, your knee starts to go out. We can see that your right foot wants to go a bit further in than the left, and I can see that both knees are pointing lateral.
Makes it very real to see this bike. I mean, it's one thing to swim in a pool or run outside. I do that normally, but I don't do this normally. This kind of makes it hit home. I'm gonna send JJ a picture of this sweet ass ride. See what he says. He's gonna be jealous, man. This is the bike that's gonna beat you across the finish line. Rock and roll, baby, we got a bike. Awesome, thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Charles Poliquin, the world-renowned strength coach who has trained over 800 Olympic athletes across 23 different events. You've been teaching for over 40 years, and many consider you to be the most successful strength coach ever. Charles,
Welcome to London Real.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Brian.
So I was in New York last week, and I've just been challenged to run an Ironman in 90 days on a 100% plant-based diet. Have you trained vegan athletes that you think can perform on that diet if they eat correctly or not? Come on, Charles, give it to me straight.
Okay. No, impossible. And you don't see a power athlete ever that's been vegan. I've never coached one of my Olympic athletes that was a vegan. I've seen people go vegan and get kicked out of the national team because of a lack of performance. You look at your British boxer who turned vegan, he tore his calf while giving a punch.
David Hay, well that could be a one-off, but...
No, but you know what happens is that...
You can actually get enough grams of protein via plant sources.
Yeah, but there's shit quality protein, in my opinion. I mean, if you're a stockbroker, maybe you could be a vegan. Okay, you're a nerd.
What about an endurance athlete like Rich Roll, who does ultra marathons and stuff, who's on a complete plant-based diet?
He's an oddity, right? So there's different genotypes that could do better on it. But humans are not, a very large percentage of humans are not made to be vegans.
Okay. And they'll, of course, come back and say that, our intestines are 12 times as long as our body, and we don't have claws, and we don't have fangs, so we're not supposed to be meat eaters.
We only have one stomach, okay? Like all carnivores.
Okay. So obviously, I've been hanging out with a lot of vegans.
Yeah. But there's 2 German studies that have shown that people who choose veganism have lower IQs, and yes, it's true. Okay. And then the other thing is the people who go vegan lower their IQs.
Next week on Ironmind.
You're gonna listen to this dude who's telling you you can't do it eating a plant-based diet? Motherfucker, what nutrients are you missing out on? Impossible is a word in a fool's dictionary.
Karina,